Hi everyone, it's Christy here from Sweet Girl Designs. Today I have a layout for May 18th through the 24th, showing you some products from Ali Edwards, including these tiny word stickers, chipboard, and hexagons, which I don't end up using, and then some puffy stickers from Dear Lizzie. This week I also used my silhouette to cut some wonky hearts. Studio Calico carried these wonky hearts a long time ago, and I decided now is the time to make my own. I will include the file for the wonky hearts if you want to cut your own. But yeah, I just grabbed some vellum from Amazon, which I will link below as well, and just cut my own. So I wanted to include some of those hearts in this week's layout. Alright, so this is the left-hand side of the spread. I always seem to start with that Instax photo. It's just the easiest thing for me, and I always reach for the easiest thing to kind of get my momentum going. So I adhere that down and attach with the tiny attacher. Just add 2 staples this time just to switch it up a bit. And then I'm going through the chipboard sheet. The chipboard and the tiny word stickers are from the July Stories by the Month kit for 2020. So a lot of the sentiments had the word July, so I just kind of skipped those. But I really did like the circles. I had these hexagons from a travel kit, I believe from 2019, her travel kit. And I liked how the colors coordinated, and I thought I would just use the colored piece of the acetate, but don't end up doing that. So initially I have that stripey card up in the left hand corner, thinking that that will be my title card, and then I have this bluey green or soft green pattern paper in the bottom right hand corner, which I was going to do as a filler card. But as I'm playing around with the vellum hearts, I decide to make a bit of a switch. So the soft green is actually going to be my title card, and then I'm going to use the white stripy card as some journaling, a spot for journaling. So I lay out the vellum. Now the vellum pack that I received from Amazon is assorted colors, so some of the colors just don't really work for this layout. There's navy, there's red, there's um, white, there's lots of other different colors. So I chose some that I just thought coordinated with the stripes on that card. I'm just letting them sit there because I just cannot decide what to do. So I'm going to adhere down these circle chipboards. I did initially pick the green one for the Instax, but then I found this bike puffy sticker, so I decided to make a switch. So on the Instax, it says weekend adventures, or sorry, weekend memories, and then I just paired that with the bike. And then in the top right, it has Adeline on her scooter drinking a Slurpee. We love Slurpees in this house. And it says more outside and less inside. We spent so much time outside in the month of May, just biking and walking and hanging out. So I thought that was pretty suitable for that photo. And then I just paired it with some lemons. I just liked the pop of yellow that it added there. All right, so I did the switcheroo, and I wanted to use the bright pink. There's not a lot of bright pink in this layout, but there is some on that stripe card, but it just wasn't really popping. So I decided to bring out my doilies. I have not used doilies in a long time, so I have a huge doily stash. I usually always reach for these white ones that my friend Tara gave me, but I also brought out my brand spanking new Xyron machine. These have been around forever. So it's a sticker machine. Uh, I don't know. I just needed it. I don't know. This is when the lockdown started, and I bought this Xyron machine, and I don't know, just made me happy. So this is actually the first time I've used it on a layout. So I use it for both the doily and the vellum heart, and it worked perfectly. Usually I use a tiny attacher and just kind of carefully add glue to the doilies, but use a tiny attacher for vellum things. But I loved the Xyron machine for both these items. I've went through my alpha collection and found these super old puffy alphas from Fancy Pants Millie and June collection. It's got a floral pattern on them, so those kind of alphas I find really, really hard to use, but the colors matched perfectly. There was oranges and blues and pinks and a little bit of the bright pink. So I kind of just included all the colors already in this layout. So I add those directly onto the heart, just kind of finessing the alpha placement here. I'm kind of weird, and it's actually one of my favorite parts to kind of make them all line up and straight. So and then I just use my pen to write the word to, and then do a little bit of a doodly border just to draw your eye into the center a little bit more for the title card. And then that's how it's going to look. I don't love, I mean, I love all the components of the title card, but I do feel like the alphas could have popped off the title card a little bit better. But for now, I'm just gonna stay how it is. I'm happy with it. It's okay to me. All right, so I added another chipboard circle and a bird to that bottom photo there of Nora, and it just says someday it's all going to make sense. The photo is of her doing some schoolwork. She's rocking it, she's doing great, but I know that as a teacher I'm not gonna pressure her or push her. I'm just gonna kind of let her grow and develop at her own pace, and I know she's gonna get it. She's super smart, and I just know she's gonna get it. So I thought that was kind of fitting for there for that photo. So now I am on this kind of journaling card. I'm going to bring in the alphas again, and I'm going to write gaining confidence. And the filler card, or the journaling card, sorry, is going to talk about Nora and her biking. So last year she took a bike camp. The training wheels came off. She was doing really good, but we really hadn't got out much, especially in the winter and stuff. So, making it a point this week and this month of May to really work on her biking and work on her confidence, because we know she can do it. She just needs the practice. So, I just do a lot of journaling about getting out. Me and Nora just getting out. She bikes, I walk. Sometimes she needs help, sometimes she doesn't. She just kind of bikes up and down the path. Sometimes she falls, and then just kind of building her up again. You know, you're going to fall, you just got to get back on there. So that's what the journaling is going to be about. And then in the routines card, it says routines currently happening around here. I do some journaling about schoolwork and how we're kind of losing our momentum a bit. So I pulled these tiny word stickers, and I'm doing something that I rarely do, and I'm adding them. I'm adding embellishments to every single photo. So any photo that doesn't have chipboard, I am adding a tiny word sticker. So those ones are really great. Some of the sentiments said life right now, so much love for this is where the fun happens, more of this. And I just really like the way those look. And the Ali Edwards Tiny Word stickers are some of my favorite things. I just love the color she uses, and the sentiments can be used for anything. So as mentioned, it was from the July Stories by the Month kit, but I picked things that weren't so summer based, I guess, or didn't say July, but more the everyday things. All right, so now we're on to the right hand side. I had this pattern paper up at the top. I believe that one's from Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park. So I just liked how it brought in the oranges and the greens and the pinks that we saw on the left hand side of the layout. And again, I'm just starting, now that I have the left hand side done, I kind of have my groove, and I'm just starting with the chipboard and puffy stickers. And this chipboard sheet was awesome because it had all circles. So just kind of ran with the circle theme there. I love that one of Adeline running in the rain. It says, "Be happy now." And I paired it with a red bird. I just liked how the bird kind of accented Addie's raincoat there. So I am now working on this card. I wanted to bring in another vellum heart, but because the the pattern paper is so dark and busy, it was a little bit difficult to settle on a color. So what I end up doing is I wanted the soft pink, but it wasn't really popping. So what I do is I layer it on top of the white vellum. So I have 2 layers of hearts, just so that the color shows up a bit more. So I ran both of those through the Xyron, adhered them together, and then attached them to the card. I am going to attempt to use the alphas again on top of the heart, but the pattern of the paper and the pattern on the alphas just really clashes to me. So I do go through and put the word chef on there. Nora's in the kitchen with me. We're husking some corn there, and she's really expressed interest in becoming a chef, so I thought I'd put the word chef. But I'm looking at it and I just don't love the way it looks, so I think it's just not taking up as much of the heart. It's just clashing. The two patterns, the two florals there, are clashing to me, so I do end up taking off the word, and I am going to just add some tiny word stickers. So the tiny word stickers say the days look like this and good times. And I'm just going to use this some puffy stickers there to kind of fill it in. I still want to see the heart, and I'm really struggling with like the balance here. I still want to see that it's a heart. I still want to see the color of the heart. I still want to see the pattern paper, but I want it to look kind of embellished. So I fool around with the placement there and settle on the 2 tiny word stickers and the deer puffy sticker. The deer has nothing to do with this layout. I just thought it was kind of cute. The size was good in the fact that it kind of took up some space but didn't take up too much space. Didn't make it look too busy. So that's what we have so far. I am going to move that card down a little bit later because when I look at the layout side by side, I notice that the hearts are all living in the top row, so I do shift it around a little bit later. Use the alphas again to write the word gloomy on this picture of the rain through the window. We got a lot of rain this week, so I was kind of feeling gloomy just with the lockdown and quarantine and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of feeling it this week. So write the word gloomy. So now that I have all the chipboard and alphas on there, I'm going to go and add all the tiny word stickers. So on this photo here of the cupcakes, it says, "No, so fun, loving these moments." And then I'm going to add 2 onto the balloon photo. It says good vibes and little things. And then Nora's holding a worm. And so I chose see the beauty of everyday things and just be kind. So this week we had Unicorn Day at our day home. The girls really wanted a Unicorn Day. So we got a picture there of them in their unicorn gear, and we made unicorn cupcakes. And then lots of outdoor play. So looking at the layout side by side, I noticed that the 2 circle clusters were kind of right next to each other. So I just do a little bit of a shift. And as mentioned, I moved that pattern paper card to the bottom row just to kind of create more of a balance of colors and embellishments. And then working on my journaling, and this layout is pretty much done. It makes me so happy to use things that I've had in my stash forever, like those alphas, and it makes me happy that I finally made these wonky heart vellum embellishments that I've been wanting to make forever. So I hope you can make use out of the file that I will be attaching. Maybe you can cut your own. I'd love to see how you use them, so please let me know by commenting down below if you can make use of them. And thank you as always for being here and watching. I love hearing from you, and we'll see you soon. Bye!